So, I want to talk about something that's very, very important. And it's a little bit difficult to explain, especially for people who are used to thinking in ordinary terms or ways. Ordinary being how regular, lazy people think. However, I'll do my very best to explain it in a way that makes sense and that hopefully also will inspire people to keep on working harder and much more dedicated and with much more effort than they have done previously. Here is essentially what I'm aiming at. The day you stop working, the day you start taking a vacation, the day you stop doing anything, the day you kill your momentum, you will start to rot, wither, and decay. It's as simple as that. It means you always need to keep moving. You always need to keep working. You always need to train. You always need to improve yourself. You always need to work harder today than you did before, or than you did the day before. You know the whole philosophy about getting 1% better every single day? Well, that it's actually true. Nobody expects you to outperform yourself by 1% the very next day because that's not realistic. But everyone can expect you to outperform yourself and to work harder and improve by 1% a day. Essentially, if you did 100 push-ups yesterday, you do 101 push-ups today. And tomorrow you'll do 1% more, which is roughly 102 push-ups. Well, it's not even that. It's theoretically, I think that's got to be one. Now this is a little bit embarrassing because now I'm forcing myself to do math calculations here that I'm really not qualified to do. However, I'll do my very best. You have to do 1% of 101, which is 1.01. So 1.01 plus 101 means 102.01, roughly. I think that's what it is. Anyway, you'll round that down to 102. Then the next day it's roughly 103, and so on. But all of those push-ups and all this effort will compound over time. And yes, it's not as easy to measure, push-ups or lifting weights or doing something that's tangible is a very, very easy yardstick to measure after. Absolutely. But the amount of work you're doing, how much work you're doing, is that work paying off, and so on? No, it ain't easy. But it's doable. It's possible. So absolutely, you should do it. And absolutely, you should strive for improving yourself by 1% every single day. Because what else are you doing? That's how energy works. That's how energy is generated. And that's how energy is expanded and also amplified. See, the great white shark, as any shark, I do believe, according to my limited research, can't stop moving. The great white shark and any other shark, a shark in general, has to keep swimming all the time. It has to move all the time or else it's gonna die. Now, I don't know what sharks do when they're sleeping. I don't know if they're sleeping at all. Maybe they're just mindlessly floating around in their sleep. I really don't know. What I do know is a shark needs to keep swimming and moving at all times, or it's theoretically gonna die. So be a shark. Because if you're not moving all the time, if you're not improving all the time, then that's the beginning of your decay. It's the beginning of your regression. And that's what most people are doing. That's what most people are doing when they're looking forward to a vacation. You know, from the workforce, and by the way, I'm gonna keep this individual that I'm about to describe anonymous, of course. I'm not gonna reveal their identity or time or any such. But I was working together with an individual who already was, let's just put it like this, lazy, very lazy. They didn't do much work at all. They would constantly stay in meetings. They would always look for reasons or excuses to take any breaks. And when there was something, they never sort of like could make a decision in time. They always had to drag things out. And it was very, very clear and evident that this individual couldn't process or think along with the speed that was required for doing their job. And as no surprise, or it should come as no surprise, this individual wasn't exactly jacked or fit or athletic. They were, let's say, fat. It's as simple as that. More. This individual, already living a very relaxed life. They were complaining about their health, about their back issues, about how I don't know what it was, some bus ride or some ride to the job was killing them or was killing their back. And this individual would also routinely buy ice cream, candy, other sorts of unhealthy stuff, and seemingly and apparently wouldn't work out or train. More than that, I also remember once this individual was going for a holiday or a vacation where this individual had planned to just lay flat on their back all day long on a beach. And that's fine. I mean, you can probably understand where I'm going with this. You got the shark that's sharp, that's swimming, that's moving all the time, right? And then you got these lazy, ordinary individuals who never move at all, who always are at an impasse, who, when they encounter a critical juncture in the road, they don't make a decision and move either to the left or to the right. No, they stop and they can't make a decision. And then they're falling behind, they're getting left behind. So that's how energy works. And you have to make a decision as well. How does your energy affect you? Or rather, how do you want your energy to affect you? Do you want your energy do you want to not have energy in your life? Or do you want a life filled with energy? Because if you want the latter, if you want movement in your life, then you keep on working all the time. Because guess what? You can rest and relax when you're sleeping at night. That's why I personally am rigorous with my 8 hours of sleep. That's a non-negotiable. Yes, at times I break my own rule when there's something exceptional going on, when I need to travel or some such. But usually, 99 out of 100 times, I always get my 8 hours of sleeping because it's so important. Because that's how I can move all the time and never stop working, never stop training, never stop improving myself. That's what you all have to do as well. You can't afford these impasses. You can't afford these stops. You can't afford to become like an ordinary person. Because if you are, then what sort of life are you really building yourself up to having? It's not a life. It's just an existence. So, if anything, stop existing, start implementing energy in your life. And if you want more tips and tricks, go to my email list and get subscribed. Please follow the link in the episode description below this video, and I'll see you there. Thank you, and goodbye for now.